So, morning everyone, my name is Liz Drury and I'm a freelance voiceover artist. So, I record things like video content for businesses to explain or promote their products and services. I narrate a lot of e-learning courses for online training, announcements for events. I'm the voice of lots of company phone systems, and my favourite thing to do is audio tours for museums and guided walks around historic sites. Now, I've been doing this for over 12 years now, and I thought I will put together a little presentation of the 12 things that I've learned in the last 12 years in business. When I started writing these things down, I quickly came to more than 12. So this is the 12 plus things I've learned after 12 plus years in business. Number one is to get some training. Now this may or may not apply to you. It certainly does for the voiceover industry, which is a completely unregulated industry. Anyone can call themselves a voiceover artist, but it's probably best if you have had some training before you start trying to sell your services to people. And that might be true in your case as well. I'm thinking maybe people who are working in coaching and training, you need to learn how to do that effectively. But also know when to stop. Now, in my industry, there are courses coming out all the time from loads of different people who will teach you how to voice this kind of character or this kind of voiceover genre, or how to edit your audio successfully, etc., etc. And if you wanted to, you could just keep training forever and never actually start to make any money from what you're doing. So it's really important that you get the training, but you know when you've got enough and when you can go out on your own. And that's all about confidence, really. And this kind of leads into number two, is to get yourself a coach, which might help you with the confidence. Now, a number of us on here are coached by the lovely Sheena, and I can highly recommend her. If you haven't had your 15 minutes free consultation with her, do that, because you'll get loads just out the 15 minutes, even if you never do anything else with her again. So definitely do take her up on that offer. Now, your coach might be specific to your industry. So in my case, I have had coaches in voiceover, but it also might be something more general business or life coaching even. But it's really important to have somebody who can look at things from the outside, really, because when you are in your business or in your life, you can't see things from anyone else's perspective, just your own. And sometimes things look very different to people on the outside. And in your business, sometimes you'll come to a bit of a crossroads and you'll think, I don't know which way to go. There's more than one way I could be doing this, or maybe do I put some time and effort into my website or my social media or other kinds of marketing? What should I be doing? And it's easy to get really bogged down in that kind of day-to-day stuff that's just going round and round in your head. All those squirrels, as Rachel was saying earlier on. And having someone who's on your side, who you can chat to about your business and about your life in general, about those squirrels, they can help you kind of put things in perspective and help you to move forward and give you ideas as well. Sheena's always got loads of ideas for my business. I can't possibly do them all. But yeah, really good to have somebody on the outside who can give you a hand. Outsource things that you're not great at. That might be your accounting. That's certainly something that I outsource. Your website. When I started out, I built my first website. I don't have a website anymore that I have built. I've outsourced that to someone else who can do it much better than me, and it's a much better website than I would ever have been able to make. Design, so things like your business cards, your banners, your website as well. Copywriting, you might want to outsource that to somebody else. Anything that's not your core business, that you can't do quickly and easily and successfully, give it to someone else. They'll do it much quicker than you can, and you get back that time to do what you're good at, which is actually working on your business and making money from that. Use a scheduling tool. I resisted this for ages. I didn't want Calendly to be in charge of my diary, but of course you can tell Calendly when you want it to allow people to make appointments with you, and you can make that as broad as you like. People can book in every day or just one day a week. And it's so much easier if you've got a scheduling tool, whether it's Calendly or something else, where you can just send somebody the link, they can find a time that suits them, and it just gets rid of all that back and forth. Oh, can you do Tuesday at 4 o'clock? No, can you do Wednesday at 3? And it just saves so much time. Took me a while, but I wouldn't be without it now. Ask for help. If you're struggling with something, say so. And use the Mums at Work network to do that. Reach out and say, guys, I've got a problem with this, can anyone help? Because quite often somebody can. So I'm part of another network for creative people, and when I was setting up Calendly, I was having a nightmare with it. And the reason was I'd tried to set it up previously with a different email address, and when I tried to set it again with a new email address, it just wouldn't work. And I spent, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours trying to figure this out, and in the end I put a message in our network WhatsApp chat, said, can anyone help me with this? Someone came back within minutes, yes, I can do that, and he'd solved the problem in about 5 minutes. And I thought, why did I not ask for help before? So definitely do that. If you're struggling with something, let people know. I think we can be really bad at that. We think, you know, we're solopreneurs, we can do this all ourselves. Actually, we can't. And put your hand up and say so when you can't, and someone will come and help you out. Network. Now, we all know about this because we're all here this morning. But also, after you've been networking, don't forget to follow up with those people where you think there's a bit of synergy and you can help them or they could help you. So do book those one-to-ones afterwards, and create a support network around yourself of people who can help you. Like I've just said, you know, ask for help. So whether that's a coach or other people in your own industry. You know, I'm part of a very supportive group of other voiceover artists, and you know, we're all kind of struggling with the same things. And you know, pricing a job, for example, if someone gets a really unusual job, they'll pop it into our group chat, and someone will say, oh yeah, I did something similar and I priced it like this. Really useful to have those people around you that can support you, you know, inside your own industry and outside of it. But networking, what I found is about 50% of my leads come through networking. And as we all know, it's a bit of a slow burn. It's not like we're going to meet somebody today who's going to need our services right away. But eventually, down the line, they might need your services, or they might come across somebody who does. And hopefully they will think of you because they've known you from networking and you've created that know, like and trust between you. Know your niche, and then you'll attract more of your ideal customers. So for me, you know, voiceover has got lots of different genres. You know, there is audiobooks, there's video games, there's TV adverts, there is you know, all kinds of things. What I've decided to concentrate on, what I love the most, is work for the heritage sector. So that's what I'm talking about more now, and getting myself in front of those people that I want to work with within museums or within you know, churches, historic churches who might want an audio guide to try to attract more visitors through their doors. So that's my niche. Knowing my niche has not stopped me getting work in other areas. I still do lots of work in corporate videos, in e-learning, in radio adverts. That still comes to me, but I'm starting to get more of the work that I really love. So know what it is you want and then talk about it, tell people about it, and that will attract more of your ideal customers to you. Take breaks. It's really hard, isn't it, when you're a solopreneur, when you're a business owner, to take breaks. Sheena will tell you it's a good idea because she's just come back off holiday. And what I found is that your clients will wait for you to have a break. You know, we're all human, we all need breaks. And actually, if you're going on holiday, it's a really good opportunity to get in touch with your clients, just to say, hi guys, I'm going to be out of the country from this date to this date. It gives you an excuse to contact your clients, maybe clients you've not worked with in a little while, and it just reminds them that you're there. You know, and I've done that a couple of times where I've said, you know, I'm not available from this date to this date, and someone's come back and said, oh, can you do this before you go? And I've not heard from them, you know, for months before that. So that's definitely worthwhile doing. But we all need to take a break. You know, you can't keep going at this 24/7, you know, 365 days a year, because you will burn out. So make sure that you do take those breaks. Say thank you to people. If they've put a really good piece of work your way, make sure that you say thank you. And that might just be, a thank you email. It could be a card, or even a gift, if it's something, a really big piece of work. So I had a client who gave me a massive piece of e-learning work that went on for months and months and months, and I sent her a hamper at the end of that to say thank you, and she was really touched by that. But yeah, just even an email just saying thanks for giving me that work, I really appreciated it, or shout out on social media. That's a good one too, isn't it? You can, if you're allowed to mention who you've been working with, and if that's appropriate, then you tag them in a post on social media, and that gives them a bit of exposure. Take up speaking opportunities like I'm doing today, whether that's to your peers, to other businesses, or to community groups. I've done quite a lot of talks over the last year for WI groups. I'm doing one in a couple of weeks' time for a University of the Third Age group. They're not my target market, but they might know some people who could use my services, so it's always worthwhile. And these community groups like WIs, they do generally pay a small fee, so I often get about £50 for going and giving a talk. And I love talking about what I do, so I'm always quite happy to go and chat to them, and getting £50 for doing so is a bonus. But if you can chat to other business owners who might be your target market, then that's ideal, because you're positioning yourself as a leader in your industry, and when people need somebody to do what you do, they're going to think of you. They'll think, oh yeah, that person, they gave that talk, that was really good and engaging, and they'll come and seek you out. So if you get the opportunity to speak, and I know Danielle's looking for people to speak to this group, so definitely take her up on that and tell us about your business. Invest in good merch. If you're going to be exhibiting at Business Expo or something, and you've got the opportunity to have a stand and you can give some stuff away, make sure it's good stuff. Make sure you've got good quality business cards, banners, pens, etc. Somebody said to me quite early on in my career, your business card says a lot about you. Don't just go and buy some cheap things from Vistaprint, because what's that say about your business? If you don't care enough about your business to get a good quality business card, do you care enough to do a good job for your clients? That's what that says. So make sure that you get something that's good quality. And if you're going to expos, invest in something like the banner that I've got behind me. I used to take that along to physical in-person networking that some of us on here used to attend, and it was really useful for that. Now it's really useful because I have it in my background, and people often comment on it that it wasn't the cheapest banner. I wanted to get something that was going to last, and I've had that a good few years now. And pens, nobody wants a really cheap, flimsy plastic pen that runs out of ink the first time they use it. Invest in something good quality. I love Sheena's pink pens. I've always got a pink pen on my desk from Sheena. So if you're going to invest in merch, make sure it's good stuff. Enter awards. Because even if you don't get win, but you do get shortlisted, you get great PR out of that. You'll find some local business awards that maybe might not have so many people entering. Get yourself in there. It's actually a really good opportunity to think about your business and how it's grown and where it's come from, because those are the questions they always kind of ask you in business awards. Tell us the story of your business and how it's changed over the years. And it's a good, it's a good opportunity just to reflect, to think, oh yeah, actually I have come a long way, and I have achieved this and that and the other. So it's good from that point of view, even if you don't get shortlisted. You've done that bit of work on your business and thought, yeah, you get enthused about your business again. As I say, great PR if you do get shortlisted, because you can shout about it on social media, and I can guarantee you loads of people will comment if you've been shortlisted for an award. And they won't ever remember if you actually won that award or not. And I've been shortlisted far more times than I've won things. And people always say to me, oh, you've won loads of awards, haven't you? I've won one or two, not loads, but they think I have because I've been posting about being shortlisted on social media. So, great PR. You can really get some mileage out of that. Know your worth. Don't be doing stuff for 50p. And it is really hard if you're new in business. You might think, oh, I haven't got very much experience, I can't charge very much money. But yes, you can. You don't want to be undercutting all the other people in your industry, because that just drives the rates down for everybody. But sometimes it is okay to work for free. You know, if you're approached by a charity that's close to your heart and they ask you to do something, you might say, yeah, okay, that's my donation to you. What you can do actually still, submit an invoice to them and say, would have been this, but I'm giving you this for free. So they know if they come back to you another time that you are going to charge them money perhaps for it. So yeah, know your worth, but sometimes it is okay to work for free. But don't be badgered into working for free. Compare yourself to yourself rather than other people. If you're moving forward, even slowly, that's okay. Look at where you were 5 years ago. Have you progressed? Where were you a year ago? Have you progressed? If you have, then that's great. It's really easy to look on social media and think, oh, so-and-so's just booked that job, and that could be my job, and they're getting all this work. People are only posting about the good stuff, aren't they? Most of the time on social media. We only see the times that they've scored big and they've done a big piece of work. We haven't seen the months where they didn't get anything very much. So don't be comparing yourself to other people on social media. Just look at you and how your business is progressing. And if you're moving forward, then it's perfectly fine. And ups and downs are normal. Everybody has them, even big businesses. My husband works for a big multinational firm, and he'll come home and say, oh, they've cut back on spending because the company's not doing very well at the moment. And often when that happens, those big firms not doing well, that trickles down to people like us. And I don't know about you, but the last year has been pretty rubbish. And everyone I speak to has said the same. So although that doesn't make things much better, it does make me feel better that it isn't just me that has had a pretty rubbish year. Lots of other people have as well. And so just remember that when you're having a rubbish time, you're probably not the only one. And if you do feel about like posting about that on social media, that's when other people will come out of the woodwork actually and say, yeah, actually, this is affecting me too. So yeah, don't feel down on your own. And not everything works for everyone. I had somebody say to me that Instagram worked really well for them and I should be doing this, that and the other on Instagram. It didn't work for me. And I've stopped really posting anything much on Instagram. And there are no silver bullets in any business, no matter what anybody tells you, no matter what anybody on social media is posting about. At the end of the day, business is hard work. And if you put the effort in, then good things will come out of it. But yeah, don't go after the next shiny thing or the next squirrel because it might not work for you. And some platforms, social media platforms, work better for some kinds of businesses. Instagram works great for some businesses, doesn't work for mine. LinkedIn is what works for my business. That might not work for other people. So, pick and choose, try things out, and don't be scared to stop doing things if they're not working for you. Get an accountability partner. That might be your coach. It might be someone else in your industry. Oh, it could just be mums at work. If you tell us you're going to do something, then the next time you have a meeting, you're going to have to say, oh, yes, I did do that thing that I told you I was going to do, because you'll feel you're being held accountable. Really useful, this. I've had accountability partners in my own industry, where I've met with them every few weeks, and we've told each other what we're planning to do in our business, and then we come back a few weeks later and say, did you do such and such a thing? It's really good to have that, tell someone that you're going to do something, because then you'll feel much more like you actually have to do it. So yeah, just post the Mums at Work group and say, I'm doing this, and then we can all keep you accountable. And there is no rule book for running your business. So just do it your way, as long as you stay on the right side of the law, obviously. So the way someone else is running their business, even in your industry, might not work for you. We've all got busy lives, we've all got other things going on, and we're running our businesses around our, excuse me, what else we're doing. And the whole point being in business for ourselves is that we can do things our way. We haven't got a boss telling us what to do. So yeah, don't worry if you think you're doing things differently, as long as it's working for you. And it's okay to change track if you find something's not working. Sometimes we have to adapt to survive, particularly at the moment. As I said, it's a pretty tough market out there right now. So if what you've been doing for years isn't working, stop, do something else, try something new, pivot, go in a new direction, and you know, put some. You'll get some new energy into your business, I think, if you start doing something new. If what you've done forever isn't working, you know, it's okay. It's okay to do something different. And nobody has all the answers, so don't worry if you don't. You know, sometimes on social media you might think like somebody has all the answers, but they don't really. And I think it's a good thing if we all remember that. So there we go. That's my 12 plus things that I have learned after 12 years in business.